getting some love. Probably saying, you know what, Martise, you need a nickname. How about that? Dwayne Ford. That was acceleration plus.
Yeah, I mean, we knew Martise Jackson was fast, but there was never anyone close to him at any point on that return.
125-yard missed field goal. Longest unsuccessful field goal return.
Hugh O'Neill, by the way, got decleated.
It's not an Argo record, by the way. Boyd Carter has the all-time record. Do you remember Boyd?
What year was that return by Boyd Carter?
I think you were playing 1958.
Yeah.
131 yards, and there was a lateral in that play. So now, but I'll tell you what, here at BMO Field, there is no doubt that's the longest missed field goal return here at BMO Field by Martise Jackson.
Keep working, baby. Let's go.
He's already had a punt return for a touchdown. He is electric. Now the Argos out to a 31-15 lead, and the Eskimos really have their work cut out for them, or the losing streak is going to fall to 5 straight games. And the Eskimos have been right in this ball game. 2 missed field goals by Hugh O'Neill here in the second half. One that got a point, and one that resulted in 7 points the other way.
You look at the swing. You expect to get 3. You end up giving up 7. In a 10-point swing in a game where you're down by 16.
Here's a guy who never quits, though, and that's Mike Riley. No matter how far his team is down or up. Incomplete to Brandon Zylstra. Right now, Hugh O'Neill trying to find it.
I mean, 2 missed field goals already here in the third quarter of this game. So they settled for a single on one of those misses. As I said, you had the swing of 10 points on the other. So those 2 missed field goals are a difference of 12 points. Game where the Eskimos could have pulled to within 4 here in the third quarter. Instead, they find themselves trailing by 16.
Into Zylstra, knocked down by Darby. Marcus Ball there. One of the things for the Eskimos, also missing Duke Williams right now. One thing they have not had much of today, not much of Darius Bowman. Brandon Zylstra has a touchdown. Darrell Walker has a couple of catches. Riley can't find his targets as well. Great play by Darby.
Yeah, real tight window and good coverage. She saw Marcus Ball in on the play as well.
Duke Williams now out of the lineup for the Eskimos. Hasn't been in the last few series. Does this guy have any oxygen left? Martise Jackson not this time. As Martise Jackson tiptoes down the sideline and dances to a touchdown. And the Argos secondary coming up big. Toronto leading 31-15 at BMO Field. The Argos haven't done today is sack Mike Riley. They came into the week leading the CFL in sacks, including that guy who's back in the lineup. Here's Matthew.
Absolutely, Rod. And even though Victor Butler hasn't gotten to the quarterback, his presence, as well as Cleon Lang's presence in the return of the lineup, is so key for the Argos when speaking to defensive coordinator Corey Chamberlain. Because when he talked before the game, he says, when we didn't have them, it affected everything we did. We could rush 3 or 4 guys, but without their speed and their impact, we might have to rush more linebackers or bring guys in from the secondary, do a safety blitz. But now that they're back, we can adjust the flow. We are going to have to manage both how many plays both play, because remember, Lang and Butler dealt with knee injuries about a month and a half ago, and with 6 weeks gone, they're back in the lineup. Chamberlain says, yes, the speed is back, the intensity is back, but I can't rush them because the defense is different, but we're glad we're going to inject their intensity, guys.
Ray throwing again to DeVere Posey. Thanks, Matthew. He is a character, that Victor Butler, though, isn't he? Like, former Dallas Cowboy, and here's a guy who's been chomping at it. He was saying yesterday to us, it's been such a long time, all he wanted to do was hit somebody.
Yeah, no question. He was at home for part of his recovery, but, you know, had Sean Lemon, some of the other guys communicating with him constantly that he felt like he was part of and connected to the game plan every week, even though he wasn't here.
Ray over the top again, and Ricky Ray just operating with typical Ricky Ray efficiency again. Back-to-back to Veer Posey, that one for 8 yards.
I'll emphasize again the importance of protection, the pass protection to the success of the Toronto Argonauts. You know, against Edmonton, you're going to have your hands full, even dealing with just a 4-man rush. Those are 4 horses they're going to throw at you up front, and actually throwing 5 at them right now. 5 D linemen in the game.
Read option again. Armani Edwards tiptoes on the sideline. So the Argos have scored almost every way possible today. Have not forced a turnover. That's the only thing left, it seems. Special teams have scored. Offense has scored. Ricky Ray in typical Ricky Ray fashion operating.
Yeah, 19 of 26 thus far in the ball game. 209 yards through the air. A pair of touchdown passes.
Second down and 4. Ray, there's a blemish, not many today. Ricky Ray, who continues to climb the ladder in the all-time CFL passing list, and our congratulations go out to the all-time leader, of course, in Hall of Fame week, Anthony Calvillo. What a great class of 2017. You were out in Hamilton the other night. They did such a terrific job with it. Your old teammate, Calvin Anderson.
Yeah, my backfield partner for 5 years. Very excited, happy for Kelvin. Well-deserved. A guy who was maybe sometimes overshadowed in the course of his career by the fact that he played at the same time as Mike Pringle, and also played in an offense that had some tremendous receivers. Alan Pitts, Terry Vaughn, Travis Moore, to name a few. But nice to see Kelvin get his due.
Congratulations to Mike O'Shea, of course, G. Roy Simon, Ryan Towers, and Stan Schwartz as well. So Victor Butler, who 6 games ago left with injury with Cleon Lang, and since that time still among the leaders. Sean Lemon up there. Lemon now out of the lineup. Jamal Westerman of the Bombers. Micah Johnson with Calgary.
Well, and, you know, the interesting thing when you look at Butler's numbers and the fact that he is still in the league lead, you also have to bear in mind, like, not only did he only play 6 games, but he didn't have a sack in the last couple of games that he did play. So he piled up those numbers in a hurry out of the gate.
So what's it like, Victor Butler, coming back into the lineup but still being the sack leader?
I figured, you know, I'd come back with 7-8 games left, and there's always the opportunity to catch up. And if anybody who knows me knows, I relish a challenge, man. I love a challenge. I love, you know, being behind the A-ball, being the underdog, because it makes you work that much harder. It kind of brings out the true character inside you. Like, who am I really? When things are tough, you know, am I that rock, or am I, you know, sand dollar?
He's full of metaphors and lines and one-liners. Looks like offside here. Movement on the line. What I like about this guy, and we've seen a lot of NFL, ex-NFL players, and this guy played.
Edmonton, number 55. It's a 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
With the American Dream Team, with the Dallas Cowboys, and ACL kind of took him away from the game, is the appreciation he has not only for this league, but for this country.
Yeah, very thankful, of course, for the opportunity, the chance that he's being given here in the CFL to continue playing football, and, you know, enjoying the fact, quite frankly, as a pass rusher, that there are plenty of opportunities up here to get after the quarterback.
Second down and 16. What a challenge here for Riley and the Eskimos. Good protection. Riley, though, harassed now and drops it into Bryant Mitchell, who's knocked it about, and a huge play for the Eskimos in this final minute of the third quarter.
I love the move by Mike Riley as he's on the scramble to dip back away from the line of scrimmage. Here he looks like he's going to run, but he sees a receiver coming open, so he takes it parallel to the line of scrimmage and just drifts long enough for Bryant Mitchell to come open. He dishes it in there for a nice pickup.
Swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Pascal Lochard by Dylan Wynn. And of Oregon State. Guy who grew up on the ranch, California.
I think you could make a pretty good case for Dylan Wynn as the best first-year player in the Canadian Football League. Guy who's earning rave reviews from teammates and opponents alike for his performance.
On the Cleveland Browns practice roster the last couple of years. Riley in trouble again. Looking for Pascal Louchard. There was nobody there. 3rd and 8. Clock winding down. Final play coming up with his third quarter. And it's been a disastrous quarter for the Edmonton Eskimos.
Yeah. A team with all that firepower, but just unable to find its groove. And of course, the 2 missed field goals. You know, you figure a couple times they had the ball in scoring position. But instead of coming away with +6 points by making 2 field goals, they came out down 6.
O'Neill is having nothing of Martese Jackson there. Boots it out of bounds. That's the third quarter. Quarter dominated by the Toronto Argos. Huge play by Martese Jackson. The Argos are 4-1 when they lead after 3 quarters. Trying to move into first place in the CFL East as we head to the 4th. 4th quarter straight ahead here from BMO Field in Toronto. The Argos with a 31-15 lead. If you look at that third quarter, Dwayne Ford, the Eskimos really dominated. Most of the offensive momentum came from the Eskimos offense. 2 missed field goals do them in.
Yeah, absolutely. You put in those drives, you move the ball into scoring position. But as I was saying, you think you're going to come up sort of 6 points closer as a result of those 2 field goal attempts. But after a miss that goes for a single, and then another miss that gets returned for an Argonaut touchdown and convert, you end up with a -6 for 2 field goal attempts.
This is a team also that failed to tie late. Calgary, Chris Milo missing, so.
Yeah, it all just serves as a reminder of how important the kicking game is in the Canadian Football League.
James Wilder been having the day of his life. He's not done yet. Wilder near the midfield stripe, still battling. James Wilder has said today, give me the football and I'm not giving it back to anybody.
Yeah, keep feeding the beast. The best part of this run is going to be the straight arm right here on Alex Hoffman-Ellis. Fights off the middle linebacker. Again, offensive line doing a nice job in the trenches. And Wilder Jr. is one of those big backs that, as much as the Eskimos see a steady diet of them, it's just going to wear them down.
There goes Wilder again. The day of his life continues. Needless to say, a career day already in the Canadian Football League, and he is eating everybody up.
Yeah, first-year Toronto Argonaut. And again, let's have a look at the work of that offensive line. Great double team. The point of attack, Sean McEwen at center. Second-year man out of the University of Calgary, doing a terrific job leading that unit.
173 yards rushing on 13 touches. There he goes again. The last time the Argos had a running back rush for over 150 yards, DeAndre Cobb against Saskatchewan back in 2010. He might go over 200 here today.
And again, getting lots of help from his friends, that offensive line. Double team the down lineman. Working up to second level, come off that double team on the linebackers. They've been able to do it consistently today.
Why not? You can hear the Eskimos, not this time, chirping out. was Euclid Cummings, top of Wilder Jr., but at the same time the score is 31-15. There's a penalty flag that flew late.
Yeah, it may have been a little bit too much talk from one side or the other.
And here's a guy who has been torching you. I don't think I'd want to get him mad.
Toronto, number 69. It's a 10-yard penalty. He's second down.
Wonder if that was William Campbell coming to the rescue of Wilder, but it's Jay Green. Gives him a hug, and so now it will be 2nd and 19. Eskimo defense looking to tighten the screws here and try to find a way back in this game, a game that's gotten away from them. Ray is going to throw. 4-man rush. Pocket closes, escapes, dishes it off. Chandler Worthy makes the catch, but well short of a first down. Brought down by Chris Edwards. So Liram Haralahu is out to extend the lead.
We've talked a lot from an Edmonton perspective about that discipline and the need to control emotions and so on. And here you see it costing the Toronto Argonauts, putting them in that 2nd and extra long situation that they couldn't overcome. Now have to settle for a field goal attempt from Haralahu.
Haralahu from the 26-yard line. Make this a 19-point Argo lead. Bullseye. Right through the end zone, and a souvenir for a fan out there. What a day to be an Argo fan in Toronto. Mike Riley needs to silence this crowd.
Zoom, the same boat edition, only at PokerStars.net.
The CFL on TSN is brought to you by the 2017 GMC Sierra Elevation Edition. Get noticed like a pro. At BMO Field. Right in the huddle with Mike Riley. Late summer afternoon, mid-September. Could not be better weather-wise. Pump and go. Riley wide open is Walker jump ball. And Darrell Walker goes up high and brings it down.
Well, such a long throw, not only the distance, but all the way out to that wide sideline. You see Johnny Sears had an opportunity to get into position, but had no chance in the jump ball against Darrell Walker. There's maybe the big play that the Edmonton Eskimos needed to jolt their offense again.
This is a big play offense. Remember, the Eskimos, even though they lost 4 straight, came into today #1 in offensive yardage, #1 passing yardage, #1 in completion percentage. But you add all those numbers up, and here's the rub. The Eskimos are 6th in scoring. They have an issue trying to finish it off. Trying to keep this drive going. 2nd and 8 from the 36. Riley looking for Walker again. Goes to his second read. That's Zylstra. Take a look at Darrell Walker first. He was covered, and now it looks like it's a first down. They will move the sticks.
Yeah, watch for Zylstra here on the hook route. How he works back to his quarterback a little bit at the end to help secure that, shield the defender, make sure nobody can come underneath to intercept that ball.
Pascal Louchard in the backfield with Mike Riley. To stay in for blocking help. Quick hitter. Walker, a cutback. A great play. Darrell Walker. Brandon Harris knocks him down, but Darrell Walker's been away from the CFL, but he has still got that quick sidestep. That's twice now he has made Argos miss.
Yeah, and part of his game that we never talked about a lot. You think about a fast receiver, deep threat, obviously the ability to go up and get the football. But this is also a guy who a year ago led the Canadian Football League in yards after the catch. And we've seen his ability to make people miss on display a couple of times here today.
Almost 1,600 yards last year, 109 catches, 10 touchdowns, 7 catches, 89 yards this afternoon. Play action, and Trayvon Van is going to score easily. What a dodge and juke up the goal line. Here come the Eskimos.
And they're going to leave the offense out here to go for two.
This game far from over. Still 8:22 to play.
Yeah, I love the execution of the play action. Watch, nobody follows Trayvon Van after the run fake, so he's free in the flat. A little bit of a pick-tight block from Corey Watson. Springs him to get into the end zone.
Sixth play for two on the drive. Darrell Walker, after a 5-play, 75-yard, 2-minute and 49-yard drive, and that's exactly what the Eskimos had to do. Still a two-possession game, but the lead has been cut.